Of this three-game weekend set, it's the New York Yankees taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Here's Royce Lewis.
Leading off the afternoon for the Yankees, the shortstop, Royce.
Right-hander kicks, deals. That catches the top part of the zone. That is strike two. And that one lifted in the air center field. Jones moving under this one. And there's one down. And now it's Juan Soto. He's got 4 hits in the series on 9 at-bats.
Soto.
That's hard hit on the line. Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
The 2-1. Popped up. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down.
Well, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or weak contact.
The 1-1. There's a swing and a drop. That one carrying. And that ball is out of here. He made him pay for that one. Homer number 25 on the year. It's 2-0. Here's Austin Riley. Big time power. He's 3rd in the AL in home runs. Clips the corner, and it's 1-2.
He's given up a couple of runs, but the pitch count really not as high as you would think. Might be able to get through this one under 25 pitches.
Righty to the plate. This to 3rd, and he grabs it foul. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes, and that is that. Here's the veteran outfielder,
Leading off for the Orioles, the center fielder, Drew.
And now 1-2.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Now it's going to be Johnny Morse. That one gets down for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
With the way defenders track down balls these days, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a long dart in there, and he found a way.
Makes the grab, and there are 2 outs. Andrew Vaughn now collected 3 hits in the loss yesterday. Strike. Morse off of first with 2 away. Got him swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Back here at the ballpark, Ryan Reynolds here.
The right fielder, number 31.
And a 1-2.
Reynolds.
Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. Next offering is downstairs. Swung on, belted. That one is back. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. That one felt good. His 34th of the season. And they add to the lead. It's 3-0. Now, Jason Dominguez. And down on strikes he goes. 1 away. Here's the left fielder, Owen Casey. Left field. Varsho moving under it. Squeezes it. That's out number 2. And here is Rodolfo Castro.
The second baseman, Rodolfo Castro.
1-1 now. That one pushed foul. And a pitch. In the dirt. Throws to first. Out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second.
Leading off
and into the box for Baltimore. Ozzie
second baseman, Ozzie.
And here it comes.
Obi.
And it is 2-1. A line to kick the pitch. Good eye right there. Lined into left center, base hit.
That's a nice job of taking that pitch on the outside the other way and just beat the shift. This guy's not known for using the whole field, but right there he took what was given to him.
And that's down, a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. Didn't miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
Swings through that.
2 strikes.
That one 95 to finish him off. Owen Miller digs in now. The pitch.
That's ball 2.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. Here's the throw to the plate. And he's in there. A run scores. It's a 2-run game.
Well, he'll take the second guy on the mound right there. Bases loaded. I mean, this is a high-leverage situation. And if you can limit the other team, you're doing pretty good work. See if he can get this next out.
Swing and a miss. All set for the start of the inning. Now, here is Royce Lewis.
Royce
Wind in the pitch.
Lewis.
1 home run shy of 200 for his career. And no one can get there. It falls in. And that's a leadoff double.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Got a good pitch to drive. Stayed short with his bat path to the ball and caught it out front. And he stayed long in his follow through. That's how you.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. Juan Soto goes deep. Home run number 50 on the year. It's 5-1. Here's the catcher to hit. Christopher DaCosta. He popped out to the catcher his first time. Not close with that one. And a count 2-1.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
That one in for a strike. 2-2. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
All over that one right there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Next to hit. Now fly ball to right center. Benson settles underneath it. And he makes the catch. 1 away. Here's the third baseman, Austin Riley. Went down on strikes his first time through. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. DaCosta at first. 1 gone. On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul. Righty delivers. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
The right fielder.
Now it's the right fielder, Brian Reynolds. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. The pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Benson going back some more. Gone! Brian Reynolds leaves the yard. His second home run of the game, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 7-1. And now it's going to be Jason Dominguez.
1 ball.
Check swing. Went around. And the count 1-2. Next offering misses down and away.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. And that one is going to go. A shot to the opposite field. His 13th home run of the season. And they add a run. It's 8-1. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles. Cody Hoyt. He's being eased into the game here with the bases empty.
Number 12.
And now, Owen Casey.
That's ball.
The next offering misses. 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Varsho makes the grab, and the inning is over. And welcome back. Leading off, Johnny
for the Orioles, the third baseman, Johnny
1-1.
Moore.
Next offering popped in the air, right field, and it falls. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting,
Torrey
first
Miller
baseman,
getting ready to
Torrey
hit. He's 0 for 1.
Miller.
Runner on the go. Swing and he breaks his back. Slings to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Now
So now the
batting,
DH spot,
hitter,
Andrew Vaughn.
Andrew.
He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Vaughn.
That's in there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Up the middle. Sends it to first. And there's 2 away.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Ball to strike. And he takes a strike. Lifted in the air, right field. Reynolds brings it in for the 3rd out. Back here in Baltimore.
Leading off
Start of the
Yankees.
4th. Now it's the second baseman, Rodolfo Castro.
Castro.
Kicks and fires. Lifted in the air, out to left. Varsho moving under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 1 down. So the lineup flips over.
shortstop.
Royce Lewis stepping in now for the Yankees. 1 for 2. And a pitch. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. And down on strikes. 2 away. 2 outs, base
Now
is
batting.
empty.
The
Juan
designated
Soto
hitter.
down. He's already homered here in this one. Ground ball up the middle. Miller gets it to first. That's the 3rd out. Back now at Oriole
Leading
Park.
off
Ready to
for the
go.
Orioles,
Bottom 4.
the
Now the
left
left
fielder,
fielder, Dalton Varsho. And he deals.
Varsho.
And that clips the inside corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one just missed off the outside edge. On the ground. And foul ball. The 2-2. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that one's gone into the bleachers. He'll circle the bases, and they inch closer. It's 8-2. Will Benson, the next to hit for the Orioles. And a pitch.
That's ball 2. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the 1st out.
Now batting,
So next to hit for Baltimore,
Dillon.
Dylan Dingler.
Dingler.
Check swing. He went. And the count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The wind of the pitch. The other way. Base hit into right field.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that
The
at-bat.
batter,
Nice
number
job
10.
going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfect.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
The center fielder,
Drew
number
Jones
25.
now at the plate.
Drew.
So for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Go!
Good job to fight that one off. The pitch. He goes down looking. Welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th, and now the
Leading
catcher
off
comes up to him. Christopher DaCosta.
Christopher DaCosta.
The 2-1. In the air, right field. Benson under it and makes the grab. And there's one away. And here's the first baseman, Alec Burleson. He's already homered in this game. One down, base is empty. Well struck, right field. And that one is gone. That'll fire up the dugout. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add a run. It's 9-2. Austin Riley stepping in now for the Yankees. Out front, pulls that one foul. Now it's 3-2. And there's ball 4.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at-bats?
The right fielder,
that's a good
number
question.
31. Brian.
I think that if they gave the pitcher a false scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. This is outside, and a count 2-1. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Here comes Riley. He will score, and it's now 10-2.
Well done, drives in the run. This is why hitters work so hard on driving the ball gap to gap in batting practice. There's a lot of room out there. If you can rip one into that.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Up against the wall and brings it in. Runner tags up for third.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
And that's just foul. 2 outs with a runner at third. Now a screamer into the outfield. Dives and it gets by. Runner in from third to extend their lead. And it's 11-2. Oh, the throw is wild. He'll make it up to third, and I'm sure that'll be an error of the outfielder.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing. Just launched that one into center.
Giovanni Moran gets the ball now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these back.
Got him. Good job at damage control right there. Now the number 2 hitter,
Leading off
Johnny
for the
Morse.
Orioles, the third
Here comes
baseman,
the pitch.
Johnny Morse.
Softly hit to third. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Torrey Miller, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Number 21, Torrey Miller.
That one the other way. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now
And next is the designated hitter, Andrew Vaughn. There's the swing and a
1
miss.
ball, 2 strikes.
And that's a base hit. So Ozzie Albies now gets a chance with 2 gone.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. An absolutely majestic shot, and they close the gap. It's 11-4. And now it's Dalton Varsho. In the air, right field. And that will end the inning.
This is my day. This is my night. This is my pain. This is my life. This is what I was born to do.
New inning getting started. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Royce Lewis. The 2-1. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it's off the wall. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
He was all over that one. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Check swing.
One ball,
went around.
2 strikes.
1-2. Starting to go after it. Now a look down to third, and he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. And up next
Now
for New York,
back,
Christopher DaCosta. 1 for 3.
DaCosta.
On a line, base hit. Lewis coming home. Varsho fires it to the plate. The run comes in to score from second, and now it's 12-4.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Nice line drive to the full side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Check swing went around, and the count is 2-2. To the right side, and he picks it up, and he'll put it in his pocket. Kicks and deals. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. Down to third baseman, Austin Riley. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Really protected with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Varsho right there to make the grab. Runner tags for home. He scores on the sac fly. Our score now 13-4.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
That one down the line, and that's a fair ball. Burleson around third. 1 run is in. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play.
Picks himself up an RBI. Caught it out front and ripped it down the line. And as soon as he saw it get through the infield, man, he started making that big turn towards second for the double.
Now at the plate, Owen Casey. Puts the squeeze on that one. That is the inning. And welcome back. And now the right fielder, Will Benson. New pitcher for the Yankees, number 29. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh. On a
Now
strike,
pitching
the
for the
pitch.
New York Yankees.
And a foul ball.
Number 29.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is
Mizrahi.
nice, but it can be challenging for some guys. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs. He's been swinging it really well lately. I'll
Now
tell you,
back.
man, it's
The
such a
catcher.
good feeling when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that. I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Line to left. And that'll get down for a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. So up next, Owen Miller.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, you know, perhaps is going to be in the rotation or maybe a long relief guy to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
Chop back up the middle. in plenty of time to first. One away, bottom of the 6th. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Drew Jones. The 1-1.
Go!
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. 1-2 now. Swings and misses. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
The third baseman, number
Here's the third
6.
baseman, Johnny Morse. The pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit. He's in there. And now it's 14-5. Tag, and he's out at the plate. That ends the inning. A new arm into the game. The righty, Reggie Orioles.
Well, they need someone to stop the lead and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And now, Rodolfo Castro. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And the righty deals. In the air, left field. Dives. What a play.
Now batting.
So digging in, Royce Lewis. Right-handed reliever. Base knock, center field.
Now batting.
Man at first with one gone. In now is the Yankees DH, Juan Soto. Here's a 1-1. And that's down and away. Lewis stands at first with one out. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul.
It's a really good pass of the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way. Just let it travel a hair more.
Righty to the plate. That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. Lewis around third. He scores, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
And a 2-1 on the way. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And yes, he offered at it. 2-2 now. That's inside. Lifted in the air, right center field. Benson gets under it. 2 down. Alec Burleson stepping in now for the Yankees.
The batter, the first baseman, Alec Burleson.
Runner leads away at second. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That ball's carrying. Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Now
a run comes into the play.
Austin.
So man aboard,
Riley.
Austin Riley stepping in now for the Yankees. And the right-hander deals. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Jones has this one sized up, puts the squeeze on it,
Ladies and
that
gentlemen,
is that. Back here at the ballpark,
leading
bottom
off
seventh,
for
and
the
now the
Orioles,
first baseman,
the
Torrey
first
Miller.
baseman, Torrey Miller.
Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. And here it comes. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. The pitch. This one high in the air to left center. It gets down, a base hit.
Man, that was a pretty good battle to play, and I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep, so pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Vaughn checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No, he held back. That's ball 4.
Well, interesting. He went with the off
second
speed
baseman.
and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge a guy with a fastball.
Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, number 19.
And compared to a lot of other relievers,
Ladies and
strikeouts
gentlemen,
have not
your
been a big
attention,
weapon
please.
for him this year. So
Now
the defense
pitching for the
should
New
be
York
active.
And 1-2.
Number 19, Owen Murphy.
And a ball evens the count. Into the outfield, base hit. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs. Dalton Varsho will hit next. Comebacker could be 2 over to Lewis. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killer. Now it's the right fielder, Will Benson. The 1-1. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. At the top of the 8th, and stepping in for the Yankees, Brian Reynolds. Next offering misses, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Slow roller to first, and he grabs it in foul ground. This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Here's the left fielder, Owen Casey.
Owen Casey.
Here's a 1-1. Ground ball right side. Miller over to second, back to first for 2, and that'll do it. Back here in Baltimore, on to the bottom of the 8th. Now the Orioles catcher, Dylan Dingler. Bounce to the right. Burleson takes it to the bag. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Number 10.
Next for the Orioles, Owen Miller. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2 here. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Lewis throws to first. Fine play in the hole for the out. So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Here's the center fielder, Drew Jones. Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. And save. He busted it down the line for that infield single.
The third baseman, number
Johnny
6.
Morse, the next to hit for the Orioles. Next pitch is inside, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss, and he was
2
fooled.
balls, 2 strikes.
Here's a 2-2. On the ground to third, Riley. Sends it across to first. That's the inning. Back now at Oriole Park.
Leading off
And the batter now,
the
Rodolfo
second
Castro.
baseman, Rodolfo Castro.
They say you win.
2-2 to count.
Ripped on the ground to second. Tosses to first. And they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Now
Here's the
back,
Yankees leadoff hitter, Royce Lewis. And a 1-1. They say you win.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next
2
offering
balls,
is outside.
2 strikes.
Bounce to third. Morse. Slings it across. 2 up, 2 down.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
The 1-2. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And that extends the inning.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes.
You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him in a chase on the 2-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
And it stays fair. Soto round second, heads for third. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
I'm sure
batter,
he feels really good about
the
that
first
one.
baseman,
When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
Fly ball down the line. Flashes the leather on the running catch. And that's the... And welcome back. Bottom
Leading
of the
off
ninth.
for
And
the
into the box
Orioles,
for Baltimore.
the first
Torrey
baseman,
Miller.
Torrey Miller.
Taps softly to the right side. He steps on the bag. One out, bottom of the ninth. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Andrew Vaughn. Next offering is in for a strike. Goes down looking for the strikeout. He's got to be frustrated with that call. Here is Ozzie Albies up there. Right-hander kick steals.
Albies.
And that one fouled off. Out to short. And it finds its way through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. I love that swing, and I'm sure his hitting coach does even more. Took the pitch right on the low outside corner.
Throw to first, ball game. And the Yankees take this one in a blowout.
Well, you can see these guys are feeling it right now. Look at the smiles, look at the high fives. They feel real good about this 3-game series sweep, and they get it done on the road. You talk about the confidence that can produce. Tell you what, they're riding high right now. It's a nice win in this game.
So this one got a little out of hand. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shelton. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.